To the gay community, I can't begin to empathize of what you guys went through over the course of your entire lives. I think we got a small taste of it at the legislature in the last 2 weeks, and it was extremely emotional time. So, I think take some time to celebrate, and this is just one step, I think, towards true tolerance and acceptance. There's been a lot of backlash, but I think we try to focus on the positive feedback, and that's what means the most to me. When there's a pastor's daughter telling me that she changed her mind on the issue, I think that makes all the wait until I catch you in the alley or enjoy your last year in office threats a lot more bearable. Generally, people will give you election threats, but I don't think anybody wants a politician or a public servant to operate based on whether or not they're going to get elected. I think on either side of the issue, you probably want a representative who's going to do what he feels is actually right in his heart. So on this issue, if I lost an election because of this, which some people in the audience have in the past, I'll be okay with that. I'll find another job. Between every issue, there's always a mixture of conscience, constitutional, what the Constitution dictates, and what the majority wants. The majority, unfortunately, isn't always correct, and that's why they elect us. People are busy going through their day-to-day things, supporting their families, and working, and they elect people to focus on these issues that they don't have time to do. So that's our job. Our job is to take the hits. On this issue, something this divisive, I think it's better that we take the hits, because at least all the energy and the hate is directed at us, and our job is to kind of take it. And if not, if we put it up to a vote, I feel that it would be directed at neighbors, and you see the same division and all the energy that was directed at us diffused throughout the community. And people talked about a civil war. I think us making the decision now, the way we did, now the healing can begin, and the community doesn't have to deal with the pressure that we did. Most memorable opposing testimony is someone who wrote down their opposed, but later switched sides, and by the time she got to the mic, she heard all the testimony from the LGBT community, and it really humanized the issue for her. And she said, I came in opposed. She was in tears and said, now I cannot vote. I cannot testify in opposition of their equal rights. And that was huge. I think that kind of shook the entire audience. The big issue was whether or not homosexuality was a choice. So when a microbiologist stood up there, a world-renowned one, and made it very clear that it wasn't a choice, I think that really defeated the moral logic structure of some of the arguments in the opposition side. So that I love that one. I came from a very conservative religious background, and my views evolved over time. So when I see these people that are pinning legislators in elevators in opposition to this bill, I look at the young generation of church folks, and I just don't want them to be like that 20 years from now. I don't think they have to be. I think the church does great things for our community. It really shaped who I am today. But in this regard, I think it can evolve and be more accepting. So, throughout the last 2 weeks, I was trying to hone my message to speak to those young Christians, and hopefully they can go through the same evolution that I did. LGBT members that we've seen testify, they're just tremendous. Their stories, highly, highly successful people. If that's how gay kids will turn out, then great, yeah, sign me up.